Welcome back to North Dakota. Today on this Friday morning, opioid-related deaths and addiction is a problem that just continues to sweep the nation and the region. Centers for Disease Control says from 2014 to 2015, the death rates for synthetic opioid use increased by 72%.
So we have Fargo Police Crime Prevention Officer Jessica Schindeldecker here to join us to talk about this growing problem. And it seems like every time you come in, you guys are saying, you know, we're doing what we can to put the word out there, but it's still here in our area.
Absolutely. So our narcotics unit and a local task force, they're all working together. So there's a huge group of probably 40+ individuals who are diligently working on making sure that they're working on buys and they're doing investigations, and then they're prosecuting them federally. So in the last year, I know that we've sent over 20 cases federally. Lieutenant Rosiska updated me yesterday on that, and that several of them have been put away into prison too as well. So, but it's just one of those things that we just have to keep chipping on and working and working and working. So, you know, not only are we trying to find those individuals who are already currently addicted to the opioids and try to get them help, but we're also trying to prevent people from even trying it, because opioids are something that it takes one time and it changes your brain chemistry, and you're addicted. You can be addicted, and it only takes one time to even overdose on these things. Especially if you think you're taking straight heroin, and if it's cut with fentanyl or carfentanil, that's where we get into the big dangers.
Can you talk about a little bit just how dangerous some of this stuff is, even in small amounts? I mean, we had that, I know there was a crazy case of a cop, I think it was like in Ohio, that got like a couple drops on him and nearly died.
Right. So the unfortunate thing is these drugs can be not only like snorted, they can be inhaled, like obviously, but they can also absorb through our skin too as well. So it's important that you know, they always say those biohazards, if it's sticky, wet, and not yours, don't touch it. Well, same thing with powders now. Anything that's white, powdery, you just have to assume that it might be an opioid, and or it might be carfentanil or fentanyl. And those things, it's just micrograms that can kill you. All it takes is, you know, just a teeny bit, and it will absorb through your skin. And that, unfortunately, that officer had came across it searching that vehicle when that individual was trying to stomp it into the floor mats. And it just absorbed through his skin, and he did recognize what was going on, and thankfully EMS was already on scene and was able to administer that Narcan, and so he was okay. But you never know what's going to happen afterwards, because that already is in your body, and it's going to affect your chemistry, you know, the biological chemistry already. So it's scary as to, you know, even if you can get that Narcan in, what's going to happen afterwards even.
Right. And I mean, we've been showing the picture too, just the comparison between them and just the amounts it could take.
Yeah, absolutely. So that picture shows, and those vials are really teeny. So they look big in that picture, but they're just teeny. So if you think about a typical opioid dosage is 1/10 of a gram. So if you think of a sugar packet, that's about a gram, right? So if you divide that into 10 equal doses, that would be a dose of heroin. Now think about, so the fentanyl right there, you can see just teeny little granules in there. So if that's cut into that heroin and you're taking your normal dose, you're going to overdose. So now carfentanil, and we have seen it in the region, is even smaller than that. So fentanyl is 50 times stronger than heroin, and carfentanil is 100 times stronger than fentanyl. So that's what's really scary. And people think they might be getting straight heroin, but they're getting something that's cut with fentanyl or carfentanil, and that's where we get into those dangers. Or someone will come back from being, you know, in a treatment center, or they'll come back from you know, being in jail or a prison sentence, and they'll go back to what they used to take as for heroin, and even that much can be something that will cause them to overdose, or especially if it's cut with that fentanyl or that carfentanil.
It's definitely a growing problem,
Right.
something we need to be aware of. So we'll continue to talk about this after a quick break.